Morning everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I am doing a kind of normal video, but in a sense it is slightly different. I actually gave Austin my scale when I was there visiting him last weekend, and I'm waiting for my new one to arrive in the mail. And so today I'm going to do a full day of eating without actually weighing anything out. Everything's gonna kind of look the same, and I've been eating like these same type of foods for so long that I feel very comfortable doing this, and pretty sure it's gonna be on point if I were to actually have weighed it out. So what I have going on for breakfast is a scramble. I just popped some chicken sausages in the microwave. I'm gonna cut these guys out and put them in there. If you don't have a scale, you can just use a cup of egg whites, so I have somewhat of an idea. This is just not using a scale. So there are other ways that you can do this. Obviously it's not going to be as accurate, but that's okay. So to give you guys an idea on that one in particular, I logged about 20 grams of spinach. This is like 0.2 of the serving of tomato trinity. 2 natural chicken and maple breakfast sausages, 30 grams of broccoli, and 15 grams of mushrooms. Now, obviously, as you can see, that is only 5 grams of carbs, 4.7 fat, and 8 protein. So really, it's not like too much, but I do log these for the sole purpose of doing like micronutrients, because I want to keep track of my veggies and stuff and the vitamins and minerals that it's providing me throughout the day. Obviously, things like this bread is really easy to track because it's just 2 slices. So I'm going to have 2 of these slices with a little bit of dairy-free cream cheese on the side. And this is just Dave's Killer Bread raisin bread. Of course, as always, I have my coffee here, which is the usual coffee. And I'm just logging it as the same because I've been drinking this coffee like every day for years. And I know exactly what it looks like and how high the coffee goes up to be the exact amount. So that's that. And we're going to just toast this up and get that all situated. This whole entire breakfast has 47 grams of protein. That was actually more than I really wanted to do. But I'm gonna train maybe in like 2 hours, so this will be perfect pre-training meal. This is meal number 1 of the day. All right, so it's been a couple hours. Something that I usually do before going to the gym is just like have one of these Alyssa's little cookies, only because I feel like since it's been 2.5, actually almost 3 hours since I've eaten breakfast, I'm not really like too hungry, but I also feel like I could eat a little snack, and these have really good macros for 2 cookies is 3 grams of fat, 14 carb, and 4 protein. So essentially just having one is like nothing. So I always have like one of those out the door, grabbing my water, and I'm gonna head to the gym, and I will check in with you guys when I get back for my post-workout shake. Okay, and we are back with the post-training smoothie. Now, every other day I kind of like to alternate. So like Monday when I'm doing Metcon stuff and I don't really want to have a huge shake post-workout, I will do just like 1 scoop of protein with some banana and crushed ice and almond milk and keep it very simple. Today, because I did mostly weightlifting work at the gym today, which was kind of boring, that's why I didn't show you guys, my meet is in less than 2 weeks, and so everything's kind of like tapering, so it's not really fun to watch. But I like to take this time to add a little bit more micronutrients to my post-workout shake. So I'm going to do some frozen blueberries, a little bit of banana, almond milk, spinach, and some John's Killer Protein. If you guys didn't know, I do work with John's Killer Protein. I think everything is in the description box below. I have been using them even before I went dairy-free, and their protein is super duper clean, doesn't affect my stomach at all, and the just overall company is really good. So that is what I will be using. So I'm gonna whip everything up using my best guesstimations for logging and show you guys how to do it. So I'm gonna do about half a cup of blueberries, which a cup is 140 grams, so I'm gonna log about 70 grams of blueberries. And obviously, if you guys weighed that out, it might be a little bit over, a little bit under. So that's kind of the benefit of using a scale to weigh things, as opposed to how I'm doing today, just using measuring cups and my best guess. As far as just like doing macros for so long, I'm pretty familiar with what looks like what. It might not be important if you're in the beginning stages of things, especially if you're just learning about portion sizes and learning about macros in general, but for like consistency purposes, for really dialing things in, I definitely recommend weighing things with a scale as opposed to what you guys are seeing me do today. I always keep a bag of frozen bananas in the freezer for stuff like this. I'm pretty good at guessing what 85 grams of bananas looks like. Probably it right there, so that's about 85 grams. I'm going to add this cashew milk. Throw in a handful of spinach. You cannot taste this, seriously. And there we go. So this entire shake has 23 grams of protein, 32 carb, and only 2 fat. So I'm going to drink this, take a shower, and I have a couple appointments today. Not really doing anything crazy. I just wanted to kind of show you guys. I also realized that I am super low on my fast today because this shake barely has anything in it. So alongside with my shake, I'm going to break half of this guy up and then eat half of it now. Maybe half later, depending on how much I have left, but this is post-workout meal. So I will catch you guys in a little bit. So basically, hi, just sit, Bailey. We can't all fit right here. It's currently 1:15. Now, in the past, you guys may have noticed that I used to plan out my entire day's macros ahead of time. And this was something that I would do when I was in class all day, coaching in the evening, working out in the morning and the evening, and my day was literally the second I got up till the second I went to bed, I was just on the go. And I find that planning out your macros ahead of time is extremely beneficial for somebody that has a very busy lifestyle or that doesn't have time to sit there and play around with their MyFitnessPal app during the day. So right now, that's kind of what I'm gonna do. And it is, like I said, 1:15. And as of right now, I have my coffee, my breakfast, my post-workout shake, and my snack logged. And remaining, I have 37 grams of protein, 95 carbs, and 25 fat. Ideally, I like to work backwards, and I know that I want to have my oatmeal later on tonight. So I'm gonna start by entering that. So Bailey's joining the party. I'm gonna do probably just regular Quaker oats tonight, maybe muesli. I've been doing that a couple nights and it's really good. 1/4 of a cup of that. Now, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see frequently paired foods. I don't know if this is something that's only a premium version or this is something that comes with a free MyFitnessPal as well, but it will recognize when you often pair the same type of things over and over again. So I usually do about 18 grams of peanut butter. I also throw 1/4 of a cup of Quaker oatmeal with the muesli, or muesli, I'm not sure how you say that, and some blueberries. So I'm gonna go ahead and log that for my snack. Now, that being said, that took a large chunk of fat because of the peanut butter. So I know that for dinner, I need 25 grams of protein, 56 carb, and 9 fat. I'm probably not gonna have like a formal lunch since I'm still full from my shake. And also just because by the time I get back, it will be later on, like kind of an early dinner anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and log chicken tenderloin because I know that that's what's in my fridge. I do 3 ounces with a half a packet of jasmine rice and some broccoli. And so, as you can see, that leaves me with 11 carb, 6 fat, and 1 protein. Now, what you can do if you're left over with some like awkward amount like this is you can go back and adjust things in your dinner to like bump up the carbs. Maybe like for me, for example, I may add some Southwest guacamole, probably 1 tablespoon of that. Maybe I'll throw in some salsa. So that's leaving me with 8 carbs and 4 fat. If it's something small like that, I just leave it because, you know, I don't feel it's necessary to hit the exact gram, you know, and be super just like obsessive with it. That's close enough, and that will kind of close out my day. So that is what I do middle of the day when I have about 2 meals left, just so I can accurately get the proper servings for them. Because if you go about your day and you're not familiar with what you need and you're not familiar with, you know, the different things that you normally eat, you can easily get to the end of the day and have a super awkward amount of protein and fats left over, or carbs and not enough protein, and just becomes kind of like this puzzle that's hard to put together unless you do it a little bit ahead of time. So if you're not willing to commit to doing the entire day at once the night before, this is kind of like a midday trick that I usually do to plan out the rest of my day. That being said, I'm going to run a couple of errands and hopefully it doesn't downpour on me. It looks like pretty nasty out there. And then I will be back for my early dinner / late lunch, and I will show you guys my pre-prepped meal. So actually, as I was coming home, my scale came in the mail. So it is time for me to eat like a late lunch, early dinner, like I told you guys before. And what I wanted to do was still stick to the title of this video. I'm not going to weigh it out. But what I do want to show you guys is how you can guesstimate after you've been tracking macros for a long time. Because I feel like when I first started tracking, I was like, there's no way I can ever estimate how much like 3 ounces of cooked chicken is. Because there's already a discrepancy between cooked weight and raw weight of chicken. You know, it shrinks when you cook it. So 3 ounces of meat is roughly like 62 to 64 grams cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything situated and just throw it in my bowl, and I'm gonna weigh this stuff afterwards to see how close I actually was. I'm only using this little tiny bit of rice that's left over from yesterday. If I were to have not weighed this, I would have logged 125 grams because that's about half of the packet, and this was left over from yesterday. And it is 126 grams, which means, and snooters, which means that I was right yesterday when I logged it without the scale, and I just guessed what half a package would be. So I logged 50 and that was 60, which is fine. For the sake of the video, I'm just gonna guess, because if I were to, you know, just wing this without a scale, it's gonna be too much. I would say that that's probably about 3 ounces, maybe like a little bit more. So we're gonna check it. And this should be about 60 some grams. Wow. Exactly 60. So that just goes to show you that you can absolutely weigh things out, or rather not weigh them out, and guesstimate once you've been tracking macros for a long time. Had I not had the scale, I would have logged 3 ounces, and that is pretty much exactly what it is. So I'm gonna pop this in the microwave and then add a little bit of salsa and guac and tortilla strips to it, and that's gonna be my early dinner. There we have it for this meal in particular. It is 40 grams of protein, oh no wait, sorry, wrong meal. 25 grams of protein, 48 grams of carbs, and 5 grams of fat. And then the only meal I have left today is my oatmeal, which will be around like 7 o'clock, and that will be the final meal. I'm still sticking to like the 3-hour last meal before bed thing. I don't eat anymore right before I go to bed. I feel like it just helps a lot with my IBS and digestion and everything. So that will be the final meal. I'm gonna eat this now, and I will catch up with you guys for oatmeal. Okay, so the lake in the evening is so beautiful. Look at this. We're fogging up. Fogging up. I like the balcony, but look how pretty this is. It's so calm. What do you think, Bales? Okay. Anyways, Chopped is on, of course. The doggies are fed. Dogs are still eating. And it is time for me to make my nighttime oatmeal, 7:30 on the dot. You guys already know the deal. So I'm going to put, like I mentioned earlier, a 1/4 cup of muesli, a 1/4 cup of oats, mix it in with some water, and then we're gonna top with the usual toppings. So if I were to guess out what 18 grams looks like without looking at the scale and just kind of like looking in there and scooping it out, I would say that it's probably that. And that's an underestimation because it's 15 grams. So I'm gonna put this in the oatmeal, and you gotta put it in a nice blob in the center. So for this one, to test out this, I'm gonna just do that. And if I'm gonna put about 20 grams, I would say that's about that. And it's 24, so good enough. And there we go. So that, my friends, is a full day of eating without using my scale, except to test how accurate I was without using the scale. So I hope that you like this video, and it maybe gave you some hope or inspiration that if you don't feel comfortable using, or I should say not using your scale, that you will eventually be able to do it. You just have to practice and do things like that to test yourself so that you can see how accurate you really are. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat my oatmeal, call it a night, and I will see you guys in my next video, which will hopefully be the Chrissy wedding vlog, and I'm so excited. So that's that. Hope you guys have an awesome night, and I'll catch you in my next one.